Welcome back, all my crafty friends. Today's video is a part of the What Month Is It challenge. This month is July. Check and see, keep on watching on what I made for the month of July. This challenge is hosted by Tammy from Happiness Created. Their special host is Emily from Farm Charm Chick. Co-host is Missy from Crafty Cove DIY and Jackie from Mamma Mia DIY. I'll have their links along with the playlist link in my description box down below. My name is Tammy, and this is lamascreationsdiy. Let's start crafting. To start off this craft, I am using a piece of old wood. It is, I think it said 16 inches by 12, 13, 14? 15 inches by 14. I'm going to paint the entire thing with my deep red Deco Art paint. Then I went to my saw and I cut a bunch of pieces of molding, angled them all. What I'm going to do is I'm flipping them onto their backside. I'm going to line them all up, which I didn't do a very good job, but yeah, I did it anyways. Using some wood glue and some hot glue, I'm going to attach all the corners together, making a frame. Then I use a staple gun in 2 spots on the corner just to help hold it together a little bit more. And of course, one on the front. Doing the other piece, a little bit of wood glue, some hot glue, putting it together. Now, using some wood putty, I'm going to take a little bit and I'm going to smooth it into all the little corners because some of them didn't line up very good. So I wanted to fill in those little cracks. Make it a nice smooth transition. And I do that to all the corners. Taking my hand sander, I'm going to sand the entire thing along with the corners to get any of that excess wood putty off. And then I paint it with my apple barrel green acrylic paint. Now that everything is done, I am taking some wood glue. Going to flip it over, place it on the back side of my frame, and then I staple it down with my hand stapler. Easy peasy. I printed these off of my computer. I think I just used Word. What I'm doing here is I taped all my letters down. I'm going to slide a piece of carbon paper underneath, and with a pen or a pencil, you just trace over your image. This will then transfer your image onto your board, so it's easier for you to see and paint. You can do this with a Cricut, you can do this with stickers, you can do this with a stencil, you can do it freehand, whatever way is easier for you. Taking them all off, and my image is all transferred onto my board. Now, using a black paint marker, I'm going to go over all the letters, just outlining them all. And then I use my Folk Art Home Decor chalk paint and paint them all in. Using this metallic marker, I think I got it from Craftspire, I'm just going to outline all the letters on the left side just to bring them out a little bit better. And it's in gold. I found this gold beaded stuff that you can use around your tree there. I'm just going to, every little spot, hot glue it to the frame to make it look like it's waving. I don't even know how to say that. So it looks like that. And then I take some little tiny balls, Christmas balls. I'm going to glue the little tops on so they don't fall off. I am going to use a piece of jute wire. I think this is extra sisal wire. Then I'm going to, of course, cut off the extra. Using my hot glue, I'm going to wrap the little string around the part that hangs. Wow, this is hard to explain. Using a little hot glue, I'm going to glue the little 2 pieces together instead of tying it because I didn't have enough. And I do that on every little bump that hangs down. Then I use a little hot glue, put a little filler on. I think it's a vase filler, the little round styrofoam balls in gold. I put those on where the knot is, and then I trim off the extra little bits so you don't see those sticking up. Then I found this in my stash. It's Santa in his sleigh with a couple of reindeers. I'm going to, with my knife, just trim it off of that little board there, because I didn't want that board. And it was pretty easy to do. And using different paints and paint markers, I'm going to paint it all in. We're going to hot glue it down to the corner there. Then we flip it over, and using that same gold bead garland stuff, I'm going to hot glue 2 pieces to the edges for a hanger. Put some hot glue on top, use a little bit of tape on top on either end, and then I paint over it with the same red that I painted on the board. And when you're done putting your hanger on, this sign is done. Sorry I had such trouble speaking with this one. It was hard to explain. Hopefully the next one's a little better. But I like it, and I hope you like it too. Now I did this one a long time ago, and I didn't like the way it turned out. It just wasn't coming together. So, first things first is take off those handles. And they're fairly easy to take off. I tried taking the feet off so I could use the other side. They were not coming off. Then, of course, I sanded it all down. And now using my sheepskin folk art home decor chalk paint, I am going to paint the whole thing in this color. I don't know what I have. Oh, those are the handles. I'm sanding all that gold off, or copper off. Just with some sandpaper. Just going to get as much as I can off of it. And then I'm going to paint them all green. And that's just acrylic paint. I believe it's apple barrel. Now, I found this tissue paper in my stash. We're going to lay it on top. And we're going to Mod Podge it onto the board. Just laying down a layer of Mod Podge, and I start on one side. Lay it down. Flip over flip over the tissue paper. Do little sections at a time. And on top of the rope, I put a whole bunch on there to make sure that it sticks. That rope wasn't coming off. I tried to take it off before I did this, but it wasn't coming. Then using my lighter, I'm going to do that trick where you light on the end and it takes all the tissue paper off all around the rim of this. That's so fun. Just be careful because little pieces do fall. So you want to make sure that, you know, nothing catches on fire. I tried doing the little ridge around the edge. It didn't work out too well. I don't know if there was too much wet Mod Podge in there or what, but I did what I could. Now, taking a black paint marker, I'm going to write in freehand my words, Merry Christmas, which was a tad hard with those bumps. We're going to put our handles back on. I gave those handles a couple thousand coats. When you're done with your handles, this little tray sign, you can use it for whatever you wish, is complete. A lot better than what I originally had, but I'm still not too sure about it. I do like it though. I would like to thank the ladies for hosting this challenge. I always have fun participating every month in it. If you're new to my channel, I wish that you would subscribe, like this video, and don't forget to comment down below. It sure does help my channel out. If you're a returning subscriber, hey, welcome back. I'm so happy you're here. If you're hearing raindrops in the background, I'm sitting out on my porch and it's raining, but it's absolutely beautiful. I hope everybody has a wonderful day, and we'll see you again next time. Bye!